we would focus on a Vietnam War veteran named Travis Bickle. This is the person. Currently, Travis lives in New York City and worked as a taxi driver. But his sense of emptiness and solitude made Travis have problems with sleep, commonly called insomnia. Eventually, Travis volunteered to work a double shift, day and night, ready to be deployed anywhere and anytime, as long as it has activities to fill its spare time. I'm working long hours now. -1 in the afternoon to 6 in the morning. Street smoke vehicle and the trash of society always accompany every night, which is actually very hated by Travis, ranging from cowardly women, gay transvestite addicts, drug dealers, and others, considered to be just trash that pollutes the beauty of New York City. Work at night making. Travis often experiences unexpected events. When a mob of black pelted his car is not pugu, but Travis did not care about it. Working for 20 hours per day apparently still can't make Travis sleep soundly, so he went to a cinema that played a movie, 18 years old and above, which he was used to visiting before. Cinema like that is something that common for the lower middle class at that time. One day when it was pulling, Travis also saw a beautiful woman who immediately fell in love. First glance, the woman entered a successful team office. Charles Palanton, an official who happens to be running him to be vice president in the upcoming elections. This woman named Betsy. Employees who are members of the PR campaign team who is in charge of slogans related to the program. Charles Valentine. The next day, Travis, with neat clothes, was desperate to enter the office works, claiming to want to be volunteered to support Charles Valentine as president. Hope this can make her become close to Betsy. Bluntly, Travis also said that Betsy was a beautiful woman he had met in his lifetime, so Betsy immediately blushed, embarrassed and willing to be invited to watch together by Travis. What an innocent Travis. When Betsy was invited to a movie in the cinema he used to come, a cinema that shows films 18 years and above. When the movie plays, at first everything seemed normal. There's antagonist, drama, and protagonist. But when the duration has started to enter the reproduction scene, Betsy began to feel uncomfortable when the scene dominate. Film duration, even longer than the drama scenes, which, as a result, Betsy immediately came out of the cinema with a full face, ignorance or annoyance. Trevi had given understanding that this movie was mediocre to him. It is often watched by couples who are woebegone, but because Betsy came from a different social stratum, the understanding is clearly different. That made Betsy leave the Trevi right away. Since that night, Travis also repeatedly tried to contact Betsy, which must have been ill-feel and melted with her. So that Travis, finally, she went to the office where Betsy worked, screaming in a high pitch and Kimekin are curse words, tried to vent his disappointment with Betsy, which he thinks only gives false hope, without explaining anything. What, sir? Short story, night poke. When Travis was pulling, he also gets a young underage girl named Iris. This is the face. She cried out for rescue. But soon, there appeared a man who pulled her out, which due to not knowing what the problem is. With that said, Travis decided not to take any action. Next, Travis got a customer, an office man, who asked to stop right at an apartment building. The man said that the woman, the one in the window, was his wife, who was having an affair with another man, where the man is not ready to raid or take action, which when the time comes, the man said he would kill them both, using a .40 caliber Magnum pistol. The man's words began to penetrate Travis' mind, where the solitude and emptiness of his mind Travis is easily influenced by the things he encounters, including a .4-caliber Magnum pistol, said by the man. And coincidentally, Travis is currently looking at an event vision that aired a speech from Charles Valentine, which had indirectly reminded him of Betsy, so that Charles began to have ill intentions to harm. It's Charles that he considered was Betsy's superior or boss, who deserved to be taught a lesson for his disappointment. One day in this world, thanks to an acquaintance of a fellow taxi driver, Travis also met an illegal arms dealer. There he was shown some pretty cool guns, one of which is the caliber Magnum 44 with the money he had. Driver results: Travis bought for different pistols and intend to become a new figure by breaking his life. Right now, there are two option plans that Travis wants to put into action. Kill Charles Valentine. Second, eliminate the waste of society and littering the New York City suburbs. Travis began to try his guns one by one, no exception to prepare some. What is the weapon under his shirt? Ready to use. One of them is a device that can make his gun appear automatically, found on his arm. Not only that, Travis, with a new figure, began to exercise diligently and reduce the food, not healthy. Demand is a form of drastic change, to break boundaries, and herself that is different from before. Enough with guns and sports. Travis speaks for himself, as if talking to someone else, which is a form of mental training. Just like Joker, who prepares himself to appear on the show, the Magpie Travis want to look perfect when he will run the action. A day when an open campaign was held, Travis was there to kill Charles Valentine, but because there are so many guards, which of course won't be able to, it's that easy to kill a state official, he chose to leave, and failed to carry out his action on that day. At night, when Travis was at the supermarket, saw something surprising when a criminal was trying to rob the money in the cashier. Travis, who now carries his gun everywhere, directly shot the criminal and immediately told to leave by the cashier. Thank you for your help. Mom of the days went by with Travis, who always remembered when he saw Charles Valentine. Also, with the solitude that continues to Travis feel even more empty and depressed, where he finally decided to find the young girl he met last night, Darius, who had asked for help of a guy who pulled his get out of the car. Turns out Iris is a woman who works for a Mujikari named Sporty. This is after unsuccessfully killing Travis, eventually turned to his second goal, which is to eliminate the trash of society in New York City. Starts by helping the Iris out of the dark circle, aka the world of prostitution that he has been doing all this time. They both went to the hotel. Iris does its job, which is where Travis had to pay about $10 for 15 minutes with the slices, which when sliced will unrest. Travis explained right away that he doesn't want to do something like that, but just wanted to talk about Iris, who had asked for his help that night to help him get out of his black world. The next day, the two of them met again as promised yesterday. There, Travis went back to explaining his intent and purpose, which at its core, Travis wants Iris out of his job, and he will give all his money for Iris' supplies can have a new life. I was asked if Travis is not affectionate with his art. Travis answered that he was confused about using his money all this time, so that by giving it to the IRS, all the money, Travis hopes that it will be more useful if the IRS uses it. But before giving out the money, Iris was asked to quit her job first, while Travis will be gone for a while to settle some of his affairs. In fact, Travis' offer apparently did not make the IRS change. I had to change my mind. But because other than Travis is a stranger she just met, Sporty, the pimp, also managed to seduce the IRS as usual. Done during this, so the IRS decides not to sew out and stick to the profession. Back to Travis, that are getting stronger and his desire to be a hero. Where this time Travis had really climbed, will take the highest risk by ready to die if something happens that no one wants. This is proven by inserting all the money into an envelope that will be given to Envy as a provision of his life, which will later be given to the IRS as a provision of his new life later. Kita Ake and Bake Saja. With the mohawk hairstyle as a form of rebellion, he also returned to attend the campaign open organized by Charles. But for the second time, Travis had to fail because the event filled with the guards and intel, who protected Charles of every threat that would occur. With its failure, Revis did not give up and switched to the second option, to eliminate the garbage of society by coming to Sporty, the Mujikari, at his workplace. At that time, Sporty was seen waiting for his customers right in front of the hotel building. Then Travis came up to him, and without much conversation, Travis instantly shot the Sporty in his until stomach. He and Gajonking not Kolakaya. Next, Travis entered the hotel and shot the guard, a hotel that used to accept Masherman. But all of a sudden, Sporty shot him right in the neck. So Travis shot the Sporty again this time. He managed to get him killed. Not quite up there. When Travis was about to walk into the there appeared a customer who was a member of the gangster. Then it shoots up Travis in a pretty vital part. But with a varied gun he carried, Travis killed the gangster, went into the Iris room, and sit with a flood of blood before the police finally came and secured the place. Sometime after the incident, we'll see a newspaper about heroic acts, which is done by a regular taxi driver, which is of course the Travis, which turned out to be. The action was declared an act of heroism that a nobody does. Even Slice. Now it's back to its family and live happily thanks to the help of foreign taxi drivers. Which is Travis. And you will be a little taken aback to find out that Travis is still alive and returned to work as a taxi driver. Gunshot wound to his neck indicates that Travis managed to survive, and the bullet didn't get shot in, just grazed and penetrated a little bit from the skin of her neck. That night, too, Travis got a customer, Betsy, who now began to sympathize with Travis after reading the news in the newspaper about his heroic actions. Despite Betsy's attitude, now it gets better and looks attentive. Travis has learned from the past not to get too caught up in feelings, so that after delivering it gets to the destination, Travis went straight away and didn't collect any fees from Betsy. Until here we can conclude that someone who experiences boredom, the emptiness of solitude, and the emptiness is far more dangerous than a common criminal, because people with this type of will commit actions that are unpredictable, because they don't have definite purpose when wanting to do something. Finished ending enough.